It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from the Hop Factory Underground Ales. It's their festive edition triple hopped golden ale coming in at 4.5% ABV. There's a look at the can wrap. It's from Aldi in the UK, brewed for Aldi in the UK. Again, I've been on Untapped. If you watch my Crystal Weizen review, there's another beer that they produce in this festive series of beers of Have Aldi, and it's their Crystal Weizen. I basically just finished the review, so we're going into the second beer. Yeah, we had a look on Untapped, we had a look on Rate Beer, and it's brewed by, and it just says Aldi Stores UK. So, sorry to repeat myself, but if you guys know who actually contract brews this beer for Aldi, please put your comments in the comments box. Let us know. I know there's some good detectives out there. Right, beer in the glass. We have a 2 to 3 finger white head. Yeah, looks like a golden ale. Golden amber in the colour. I'm just looking at the beer. I thought my eyes weren't deceiving me. It's unfiltered. You can see little bits and pieces floating around in the body of the beer. It means it's an unfiltered beer, which is a good thing. We don't like our beers too filtered because the more you filter the beer, the more you're taking away the flavour. It's a bit like polishing a turd. There's just no point in doing it. Aroma. Touch of lemon, touch of grapefruit. It smells pretty decent actually for a £1.50 beer. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Drinkability is good. Lovely drinkability, very refreshing. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. The bitterness on the back end, yeah, it's definitely triple hopped. But yeah, they've called it triple hopped, not triple dry hopped. There is orange peel, grapefruits, citrus flavours coming through. But it's I think Aldi have, I don't know, I think they've confused themselves a little bit. If you triple dry hop a beer, then you're pulling lots of the flavour. If you put what they've done with this beer, I think they triple hop the beer and they put all of the hops in the boil. When you put all of the hops into the boil, it's a bit like when you leave a tea bag in a cup of tea for too long. It starts to become astringent and just too strong to drink, too strong of an astringency of a flavour that comes through on the tea bag. Very similar thing to brewing. If you put plenty of hops in the boil, sorry, itchy ear. If you put plenty of hops in the boil, then essentially you're pulling out the nasties in the hop, the astringent bitterness, and you're losing the flavours what you should be drinking, the grapefruits, the mangoes, the citruses, the orange peel, the fleshy blood orange. It's a shame really, because I feel like Aldi are getting there slowly. I mean, they must have somebody who has a small knowledge of beer, who's in charge of their beer department, and really, if we're honest, it's not good enough, is it? They need a better advisor, do Aldi. They need somebody who really knows their beer. If you're going to triple dry hop something, if you're going to triple hop something, don't just throw it all into the boil. Triple dry hop it, triple hop it, if you, as they've mentioned on their can, triple hop it in the fermenter. I feel like I'm giving the bloke who's kind of in charge of Aldi's beers a leg up here, but I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what's you guys watch me for, and that's to give an honest opinion, and yeah, I'm here to help the Aldi buyer out. That was my instruction to you. Triple dry hop it in the fermenter, not the boil. Yeah, the moment you start, you get the malts, and then the malts disappear, and then you get the hops, and then the flavours of the hops disappear, and you're just left with this big astringent kind of like bitterness that just goes on and on and on and on. But that would be okay. That would be okay if there was flavour. If I could still taste the malts, and I could still taste some of them juicy kind of grapefruity orange peel hops, that would be fine if there was then a bitterness on the back end. But for the bitterness to completely cut out the malt and then the hops and then just have a load of bitterness, it's not quite acceptable in brewing. And it's my worry, and this is the biggest point of this review, and it's the reason why I'm mentioning it. The biggest worry then is, a lot of people say, let's use myself as an example. A lot of people now tune into my food reviews. So I'll go to McDonald's, I'll go to Green King and have a Hungry Horse roast dinner. I'll review the Krups, the sub, the Perfect Draft System. There's a variety of things on my channel that's not just associated with beer anymore. Burger King, KFC, that sort of thing. So then when somebody watches and looks at beers and think this was a beer channel first and foremost before 2018 and previous, this guy really knows his beer. I'm going to go and try some beer, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. So they end up going to Lidl or Aldi and they end up buying beers like this. And it's they've drunk Carlin for maybe 5 years. And then they go and try a craft beer. They see it in Aldi and they think, a triple hop cut, that sounds like a craft beer. The hop Foundry underground ales, yep, it's definitely a craft beer. I'm going to pick one of these up, £1.50, nice and cheap. They open it, they crack it, they pour it, they smell it, smells okay, looks okay. They drink it, puts them off for life. Back to Carlin, back to Foster's, back into the loving arms of Molson Coors, or whoever else owns these massive giant breweries these days. So we have a choice. We have a choice, Aldi. If you want to get into this, if you want to brew decent beer, then brew it properly. Don't make a half-hearted effort to go, this guy's CV looks half decent, we'll employ him as our head of beer. Tesco did it with Domo beers. And if you tried the Tesco beers, a lot of them are awful. And his Instagram account went viral, and everybody got excited when he started to kind of showcase what was coming out. And then the beer people tried the beer and were left really, really disappointed. Maybe he's still at Tesco. I imagine he is. But I find it an amazing thing. And I'm going to go on a bit of a rant now because it's post-election day. We got a Tory government for the next 5 years. So I'm going to rant a bit. I'm not in a very good mood. Yeah, it's people like I don't know, Rob from Hop Scene, or myself, or other people on YouTube. We don't get looked at in the industry, in the beer industry. We don't get looked at. We're like the guys over there on that island in the middle of nowhere, and that island is getting bigger and bigger. There's volcanoes going off all over the place, and the island's just growing and growing and growing. But the beer industry just seem to have their blinkers on. They don't want to like look at us YouTubers as somebody who could actually give them real advice. But then again, you look at the gaming industry, a lot of the top gamers early on YouTube, the likes of Ubisoft, who are FIFA, the FIFA company, EA, they snapped up these people. They saw it as talent. They snapped up these people and they gave them top jobs in the gaming industry because they knew so much about gaming. But it's a funny thing, in the beer industry on YouTube, it's like the opposite. It's like, these guys are drinking beer on YouTube and they don't really know what they're talking about. So we'll get some guy who maybe went to a brewery university and brewed a few beers, pardon me, in university and passed his certificates, and yeah, we'll give him the job. And then you end up, because he has no real knowledge of beer, because he's not drunk 5,500 beers like I have, he ends up getting the job. I didn't apply for the job, by the way. I'm just in the mood to rant because of my post-conservative in for the next 5 years mood. Yeah, where was I? He gets the job. I didn't apply for the job. He applied for the job, and then you end up with beers like this. Yeah, sorry for my rant there. I've just completely gone off. Well, not gone off subject. I think I've covered a lot of the reasons why this beer is why it's like it is. It's bumbling fools who don't know what they're talking about getting the keys to power. Rated. I like this beer enough to give it a Stone the Crows 2 out of 10. It's a 2 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. The bitterness outweighs the malt and outweighs the hop flavour completely. But that's it. That's what you get when you give somebody a job without really looking at their CV. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.